sleeve, show his scars, say these wounds. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgotten. For he today who sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Got a question for you. Who's got it better than us? Nobody! You just
Welcome to the Big House of CFB Nation. How are you? I'm Andy, and I'm back again with another episode. Let's get right to it. Coach Jim Harbaugh goes to the Chargers. We all knew it was going to happen, and it happened today. So we're live, and we're bringing it to you now. Coach Harbaugh, he answered the bat signal. When the Michigan program was down and out, we needed him, and he came home. He came home, he restored the program. Through 9 years, through all the ups and downs, he restored this program. He made Bo happy. He brought Michigan a championship. 27 years in the making. Thank you, Coach Harbaugh. Everyone with the maize and blue, they should be thankful because Jim Harbaugh, he saved the program for us. And now the future is bright. So let's talk about Coach Harbaugh and the NFL, okay? He's done everything at Michigan. He's always had the itch to go back to the NFL. He wants to win a Super Bowl. His heart will always be at Michigan, but his passion is with the NFL. Michigan's going to be retooling, strike while the iron is hot. I love Coach Harbaugh, and he's going to do a fantastic job with the Chargers. The Chargers' job is a really good one because, look, Justin Herbert, he's locked in as their quarterback. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Josh Palmer. They have Quentin Johnson from this past season. They have a top 5 pick. I mean, he's likely going to bring Jesse Minter. He'll fix that defense for them. Jay Harbaugh is also supposed to come on board in some capacity. So what is that going to do for Michigan? Michigan's not going to need to find a new head coach and a new defensive coordinator. So who's next? Well, it makes perfect sense to promote within. Sherrone Moore, he proved that he's ready to lead a program. He went 4-0 this year. He went into Penn State, beat them, beat Ohio State. He has the heartbeat of this team. He is passionate and he's ready. He was 4-0 this year. It was because of him that Michigan won a championship. He did a fantastic job calling the game against Ohio State, Alabama, and then Washington. In the Alabama game, in the Rose Bowl, when Michigan was down in the fourth quarter and they needed a comeback, those plays that he called late in the game, those are plays that deserve this shot. He deserves this head coaching job. Now, Michigan State law states that the job has to stay open for 7 days. So let's take a look at externally. Let's just say what if they look externally. Brian Kelly's name has been brought up by multiple outlets. There's rumors that he's not happy at LSU and that he would leave in a heartbeat. I don't know about that one. Kansas head coach Lance Leopold, he's been a hot shot coach. He's been named all over the place with different jobs. So he's someone that could be a possibility. Could Mike McDaniel come back to Michigan? Could he be pulled from the NFL ranks? Could he come and be the head coach for the Michigan Wolverines? That would also help the defensive coach search. But Sherrone Moore, he should be the guy. And then you can also promote Mike Hart and give him a co-offense coordinator title, give him more money, keep the system intact, keep the core guys at Michigan. You don't have to worry about the portal. The portal is already open for Michigan. The portal is open for 30 days after the championship game. And right now, none of the guys have left. So keep it internal, keep it in-house. Don't let these guys leave. Now, the defensive coordinator search. Here's an interesting name that I want to consider. If they look outside, would the Ravens pipeline still be an option? Zachary Orr, he's someone that's interesting. He's had 2 stints with the Ravens, so he's already left once and come back. He's currently the inside linebackers coach. He's got 7 years of coaching experience. He was a player in the NFL from 2014 to 2016. He fits that mold of a young rising coach that needs to shine somewhere else because the Ravens defensive staff is absolutely loaded. Let's say Mike Macdonald gets a head coaching gig in the NFL. The Ravens likely will just promote Anthony Weaver. He's currently their assistant head coach and defensive line coach. So that could be an external outlook that we could see. The wild card that I want people to consider, this is the guy that needs to stay at Michigan. Strength and conditioning coach, Ben Herbert. Harbaugh has raved about him. He's called him the X factor of the entire program. He's the guy that is turning these guys into absolute studs in the weight room. The reason why Michigan manhandles teams is because of him. It's because of the strength and conditioning program. Herbert is someone that we need to watch and see if he stays or if he goes to the Chargers. The CFB Nation, what do you think? Comment. Let me know who you got to come in and be the next Michigan head coach. Now, moving on, we have a finalist. An uncommitted 4-star speedy gem has Michigan as his final, and that's Gatlin Bair. He's a 4-star in the composites, as high as wide receiver number 6 and as low as wide receiver number 13. He averages out to be wide receiver 11. He's 6'1", 195 pounds. He's from Idaho. He decommitted from Boise State. He's been linked to Michigan for some time now. He's a speedy track guy, strong hands. He is a little on the raw side, but he made quite the impression at the Under Armour practices. He's currently down to Oregon and Michigan. Now, here's the issue. He's got a 2-year mission coming up. He is Mormon, so he will be going, I want to say, sometime in the spring. So he should be making a commitment soon. But even if he makes a commitment, if it's with Michigan, with Oregon, it's still not going to matter, because with the portal, we still have to recommit him once he comes back. But when he comes back, what is he going to be like? He's not going to have any live reps to develop his skills. He might just be a long-term returner with just speed. Speed kills, and he has that in spades. Now, I know this is about the maize and blue, but let's talk about that team, Ohio State, for one quick second. There's a report out there that they've spent $13 million in NIL. I know. It's been over 1,515 days since they beat us, but they are building a unit next year. At quarterback, they got Will Howard, Julian Sang, Aaron Nolan. Running back, Quinshon Judkins, Travion Henderson. At wide receiver, Emeka Egbuka, Carnell Tate, Brandon Innes, Jeremiah Smith, Mylan Graham. They got safety Caleb Downs. Ohio State is going all in to beat Michigan, and they need to win the game. Can they do it? Well, Ryan Day needs a better coordinator than Bill O'Brien. So let's go to our profile segment here today. Now, we are going to be talking about freshmen, next man up, and I do have a couple of new things that I've been toying with here. The freshman profile of the day is going to be quarterback Jaden Davis. He's a 4-star in the composites, rated as high as quarterback 3 and as low as quarterback number 16. He averages out to be quarterback 7 in the composites. He's my tier 3 quarterback for the 2024 class. He is 6 feet, 190 pounds. He throws with good ball placement, has a good arm. He'll climb the pocket. He'll move around to extend plays. He's able to layer his throws. Now, he's someone that's going to stay in the pocket, and he will wait for his receiver to get open and throw him the ball. Now, he does his best when he's in rhythm and has timing. The one thing that I want to see him improve is he needs to lead his wide receivers a little better. That will help create yards after catch and create a big play. Now, he should be able to improve on that with practice and with reps. The quarterback room, let's talk about it. Alex Orji, Jaden Davis, Jaden Denigel, Davis Warren. I'm hoping they bring in someone from the portal, someone that's a senior from the group of 5 school, someone that has experience, just so that there's another body there. Now, our next man up profile is going to be quarterback Alex Orji. He's a 4-star in the composites. He was categorized as an athlete. He was as high as athlete number 9, as low as number 48. And he averages out to be athlete number 12 in the composites. He's 6'3", 236 pounds, and he's already played a key role. He was the scout team quarterback who mimicked Jalen Milroe so that Michigan was able to stop him in the Rose Bowl. Now, let's get to it. Orji is he's a good runner. As a quarterback, he's been used in Wildcat packages during his 2 years at Michigan. But as a passer, he has a strong arm. I will give him that. The ball just jumps out of his hands. He has very good velocity, but what he needs to improve on, and he needs to improve it a lot, is accuracy. He needs to develop a changeup, and he needs to have better decision making. Now, as a runner, he has thick, strong, powerful legs, good size and speed combination. Now, he will win as a power runner between the tackles, and he has the speed to win and get to the edge. Now, he is a huge threat on the ground, and he will have defenses. They're going to have to spy him. So because they spy him, that's going to create throwing lanes. Now, this should be a true battle. I do see this battle going probably through fall camp. Davis, while he is a freshman, he does play well beyond his years. Now, Orji, he is in the current system. He knows the system, but he's best in that RPO type system. I can't see Michigan changing their system to a full-time RPO. I can't even see them doing 50-50 hybrid. They simply aren't built for that. They use packages for Orji, and I still like him as more of a change of pace option rather than a full-time system quarterback. Now, Davis fits the Michigan offense as is. He's not a true runner, so you can kind of put Orji in there just for that change of pace that we were just talking about. Now, it is very hard for a true freshman to get the reins as is, especially for a program like Michigan. It is very tough. We saw what happened last time with Cade McNamara. It didn't go so well. So I do expect this to linger into fall. Now, let's go and be real. Let's be real here. This is going to be a struggle at the quarterback position. I am not going to sugarcoat this. Alex Orji in high school only completed 50% of his passes in high school. We're talking about guys who didn't get Power 4 scholarships. They probably didn't get G5 scholarships. These are probably guys who are majoring in business. He only completed 50% of his passes. I know Texas is a hotbed, and I get that, but 50% completion rate in high school is not good. As a senior, these were some of his games. He completed 11 out of 20 passes for 138 yards, 8 for 20 for 200 yards, 9 for 20 for 106 yards. And get this, he had a game where he completed 5 out of 20 passes for 68 yards. He had one game where he had 5 passing touchdowns. Take that away in his entire season, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's not good. As a rusher, he has 7 games over 80 yards. Here are his high school career stats. I'm going to break this down because I just have to give it to you straight up. He completed 212 passes out of 422 attempts, 3,185 yards, 28 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. As a runner, he ran it 262 times for 1,993 yards, 36 rushing touchdowns. He had 11 games with over 100 rushing yards, and he only had 3 fumbles during the entire time. Michigan isn't going to convert to an RPO system. Orji has struggled in the spring game passing the ball. He has 2 years in the system, and I get it. The backup, the scout quarterback, they don't get a lot of reps. I get it. But he needs to make monster strides here. Jaden Davis is good, but not great. At times, he plays it safe. He won't push the ball downfield in high school. That is a concern. Because in high school, I want to see my quarterback throw it deep. Because we're talking about high school ball. We're talking about corners that are probably 5'4", 5'5". So you have to sling it down there. And there were times where he just played it safe. So there is that argument that Davis is the better passer, Orji is the better runner. At the end of the day, are they going to give it to Davis? The answer is going to be this. If Orji cannot show that he has improved as a passer, Jaden Davis will win this job, and then Orji will be used in bigger RPO packages. But we need to temper expectations, guys. This team's not going to go 12-1. They're not going to go 11-2. They're not going to go 10-3. The Michigan wide receiver group is revamped. It lacks returning production. Michigan is going to be focusing on running the ball with Donovan Edwards, Khalil Mullins, Jordan Marshall. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it 65-70% of the time. And then the passing games, a lot of short area dump offs to Colson Loveland, Donovan Edwards, and then the scheme of Samaj Morgan, have him create after the catch. I really do hope that they get someone from the portal, someone that is a veteran, not a big name guy, because you're not going to get that. It's going to be one of those journeyman super seniors that have played throughout their entire 5 years that looked okay. It's a thin quarterback room. But either way, I do expect tight end Colson Loveland to be whoever is the quarterback to be that safety blanket. And he is going to be our returning player profile of the day. Colston Loveland, he is my tight end 1 in my Devy rankings. He is 6'5", 245 pounds, a former wide receiver, has excellent hands, great body control, uses his footwork to beat linebackers. His wide receiver background comes out with his explosiveness. This guy is explosive for a tight end. He can be used in line or out wide. He is very athletic, and he was able to take reverses this year. And he should be the number 1 target in the offense. Now, the under-the-radar profile of the day I want to talk about is another tight end because the tight end depth isn't there. And this guy might be the tight end too. Marlon Klein, 6'6", 250 pounds. He's from Germany. Now, they might grab a tight end from the portal, and they do have an incoming 4-star freshman, Brady Prescorn, come in, a 3-star in Hogan Hansen. But Klein, I believe he's going to have the edge. He's 250 pounds, and he's going to be used as a blocker. So I do think he'll be the tight end too. They'll slowly work him into the passing game. Now, something that I've been working for you, a throwback player of the day. So here's our first one, wide receiver Mercury Hayes. He was one of my early favorites. He caught that winning pass against Virginia in the 1995 Pigskin Classic. That is a catch that I'll always remember. Now, as a true freshman in 1992, he made an impact. 9 catches, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns. He parlayed that the very next year, going 28 catches, 469 yards, and 5 touchdowns. As a junior, he crossed over the 500-yard threshold, and as a senior, he blossomed and became a deep threat. 46 catches, 888 yards, 4 touchdowns, 9 rushes for 105 yards. He ended up being a 5th-round pick to the New Orleans Saints. He carved out a role as a returner. He also played for the Atlanta Falcons, and then he also played in the CFL. Wolverine fans, how about that throwback name? Now, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Welcome to the Big House. I want to give a special thank you to Dwight Peoples for the intro. I want to give a special thanks to my man Nino Brown for producing. I want to thank the CFB Nation family. If you like what I'm doing, you can follow me at Andy_Fam1. Until next week, who's got it better than the CFB Nation?
Got a question for you. Who's got it better than us? No way!